Hey Scorpio, welcome to your weekly forecast for July 29 through August 4th. We're going to connect and see what's coming up for you in the week ahead. Obviously, we have our little ocean mermaid theme for the summer continued here. We're going to connect and see what is coming up. And then after this, I'm going to pull a money affirmation homework card for you. From a different deck. People in the private readings the past couple of weeks have been asking me to do the money card again. So that's what we'll be doing after this. Stay tuned. One more good shuffle, your Scorpio. Here is your Monday, Tuesday. Your Wednesday, Thursday. One moment here. Let's get your Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There we go. All right, nothing to it but to do it. Let's hop right on in and see what's going on. Oh, wow. Four of Swords. This has been coming up for a few of the signs in the same exact spot here, in the Monday, Tuesday spot. I don't think it came up for any of the other signs, but whoever had it come up, it came up right in the Monday, Tuesday. And so far, it's come up for Gemini and Pisces. So I was like, oh, Pisces, this came up for Gemini, Monday, Tuesday. So you might be dealing with the Gemini because they had the same card on the same day. And so maybe there's like this group thing that's happening. Maybe Gemini, Pisces, and Scorpio are going to have some kind of situation in the beginning of the week. Four of Swords is a card about needing rest, needing a bit of a break. It's like mental exhaustion. Like you've thought yourself into a tizzy. You're really tired or something is really overwhelming you and you're needing a break from it. It's a timeout. Some of you might even be like, I'm hearing retreat, like you're wanting to go to a retreat or you're wanting to retreat, you're wanting to spend some time away. You might be tempted to call in sick from work or clear your schedule or clear your calendar and just spend the day in bed resting. But I'm also getting like a feeling or a sense of like being like watching movies or TV or listening to music, like just kind of like just this resting and just like something that's making you feel better going on in the background. So Scorpio, I feel like whatever this is something that has been a repeating or ongoing theme for you. And Monday, Tuesday is going to be a time to get very clear about what you want to do. Scorpio, some of you are having somebody approach you with a really big kind of request. I'm going to say request. I don't want to say offer. And you might be taking a time out to figure out what you feel or what you want to do. It could be somebody's asking you to help them with something that's going to be very time consuming or challenging. It could be that some of you are having an ex or somebody returning and like trying to get you to give them another chance, and you might be like, whoa, I don't know how I feel about this. Some of you could just be in a situation where you're trying to figure out if you want to stay or if you want to go. In a job, in a relationship, in a living situation, you might have a very big decision ahead of you and you're trying to figure out if you're going to stay put or if you're going to go on to the next thing. But I do feel for many of you, this has to do with stability. So it does make me feel like it's going to be either a living situation, a workplace situation, or a relationship. And God forbid for some of you, all of the above. But it is going to be a big decision. So you might need some time to take a little bit of a breather, take a step back and think about what you want to do and how you want to proceed. Because whatever this decision is, it's going to be setting you up pretty much like it's going to be a foundation for like the next maybe couple of years for some of you even. So it's a big decision and you're feeling the need to take a bit of like a step back. Your Wednesday, Thursday is 10 of Swords. So you might be like, forget this mess. I'm out of here. I'm done. I'm over it. Like it's not working. Not working. Bye. Next. Like that's kind of the energy with 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords can be bittersweet. Because typically when 10 of Swords comes up, it's a decision that the Querent has made. like it's the person that I'm reading for. If I pull 10 of swords for a person and I know something is ending, like they're making the decision to end it. Or if I'm pulling cards for myself and I pull 10 of swords, I know I'm making the decision to end it. And even though you might know it's going to be a good thing, and even though it might be a relief or it might be releasing you from some kind of a burden or an obligation, at the same time there could be a little bit of a disappointment. But there's a really positive aspect of it, and I get happy when I see 10 of swords. And it's not because I'm a Scorpio and we're known for being a little bit dark sometimes. It's not like in a dark sadistic kind of way. 10 of swords makes me happy because it's letting me know that a cycle is ending, like a negatively occurring cycle. You're taking a stand in some way that's opening you up to having a lot more flow and a lot more ease and a lot more abundance down the road, right? It could be the end of an addiction for some of you. You might be putting like maybe you've been in situations where like you feel like people trick you or deceive you, but you're taking a stand and you're nipping that in the bud, or people take advantage in some way. It could be an unhealthy coping mechanism or an addiction or a fear that you're getting over, and you're like, I'm not going to let this influence me anymore. I'm not going to do it in this way anymore. So something is coming to an end. Some of you, it could be a relationship. It could be some of you who are taking some time to decide what you want to do. You might ultimately be deciding that you want to end things, and that can feel a little bit overwhelming. And again, it could be bittersweet, but it is something that's coming up. Some cycle that has been holding you back, some cycle that has been negatively influencing you is coming to an end at your hand. You're the one ending it. Okay. But overall, yeah, just some kind of beast, some kind of monster, some kind of demon is being slain here for your benefit, for your good. But I can understand now why you have this really tired energy Monday, Tuesday, because some block is about to be, some very big significant block is about to be released. And anytime we're releasing a big block, or we're clearing our energy in some way, or we're ending some cosmic karmic cycle, it can be very draining. Mentally, emotionally, we feel it physically. So you might be tired, you might need to rest, you might be just in this energy where like you're just like something is causing you to need to rest. Just take some time and take it easy, not push yourself so hard, because whatever this thing is that you're ending, it's going to be something that is going to be bittersweet. I guess I've said it several times, but I keep hearing it. That's why I keep saying it. Let's take a look at the Friday, Saturday, Sunday card. We have 9 of Wands. So you're holding to your position about this. So it could be that, whoever it is that you're involved with, they may be trying to get you to reconsider. They may be trying to get you to, think about what you want to do, but you're holding your ground. This is not to say that you won't give this person another chance or the situation another chance. You may, but it's more along the lines of like you're being very cautious and you're setting down your ground rules, and you are keeping an eye on things. Okay. 9 of Wands is a card where you've been through a lot of battles, right? And in those battles, you've gotten beaten up a bit. You've gotten knocked around. But when 9 of Wands comes up, it lets us know that you've seen every single trick that there is. You've seen everything under the sun. You can maybe read people well. A lot of Scorpios are very intuitive. You may be able to read people well. You know what the red flags are. You know what the writing on the wall is. As long as you're allowing yourself to learn from your experience, as long as you're paying attention to the red flags, to the little signs that are coming up, then you don't have to be so concerned or so worried about, being taken advantage of or somebody tricking you, because you already know what to look out for. So it could be You know, it could be for some of you, you're in that Ten of Swords mode and you're ending something and somebody is like trying to pull you back in. You might be like, oh, no, I know this song and dance. I'm not going to fall for this again. For some of you, it could be happening in that way. For other ones of you, it could be like, okay, fine, you know what? I'm going to give you another chance, or I'm going to give this situation another chance. But if I see any hint of something shady or whatever, I'm going to nip that in the bud. But Nine of Wands wants you to know you don't have to be so afraid to make decisions and choices here. You can trust your judgment. You know, just pay attention to what's coming in. Some of you, though, this Nine of Wands is coming with the feeling or the sense that you're very close to completing something. Really, really close to completing something. And so it could be like you're just tying up some loose ends and doing what you need so that you can be on to the next thing or on to the next situation. Let's go ahead and take a look at your money card and see what your money affirmation is here. Get a good feeling about it. We'll figure it out. What your money affirmation is for the week ahead. And as always, guys, if you like these decks, if you're curious about them, if you want to pick them up for yourself, we can go ahead and check out the link in the description of the video. I always include the links to the decks. One more shuffle here. All right. What is Scorpio's abundance affirmation for the week ahead? You have flow. Gemini got this too, so some of you might have a situation having to do with a Gemini. Maybe you're ending a cycle with a Gemini, or you guys are going to go and try things a different way with new ground rules. Not necessarily, but you know, or maybe some of you have Gemini in your moon or in your rising. So, flow is coming up for you. And I'm feeling the card a little bit similar to the way I felt for them in terms of what's jumping out at me. That seahorse is jumping out at me again. Sometimes the same things jump out, sometimes different things jump out. But the seahorse is jumping out at me again. And the seahorse to me is like a symbol of like fatherhood. It's a long story. I won't get into like why I think of that when I see the seahorse. But I feel something is happening here where you are breaking out of like an inherited cycle from your paternal side or from your dad. I don't get the feeling of forgiveness like I did for Gemini, because I had like Gemini had something to do with forgiveness from the father or the father's side of the family. I don't get forgiveness for you, Scorpio. I don't feel like there's anything you need to release there in that way. I just feel it's like you're breaking out of the energy and you're doing things your own way. You're coming out of that ancestral blockage. You're coming out of that ancestral generational kind of like curse energy, and you're doing things your own way. Okay. I also, looking at this card, feel like all of the colors here are saying that there's going to be a lot of ideas that are coming into you all at once, a lot of creativity, and you are going to be gravitating towards opportunities, people, places, things. Things are going to begin opening up where you're going to find the resources and the right, people and places and things to collaborate with or to work out of to make these things happen. Like they're going to be flowing to you a lot easier. That's what I feel looking at the pictures. I always encourage you to take a screenshot or to pause and to see what's jumping out at you and make it a little bit more, personal for you to connect with your own intuition. But that being said, let's go ahead and flip the card over and see what your affirmation is. And it's riches flow into my life in many ways and from many directions. So yeah, I felt like there's going to be a lot of projects and things like that are coming to you. So this affirmation is going to be good in helping you keep that momentum going, keeping that energy going. Scorpio, I think some of you have had a challenge in your career or in your work life because you've had a cycle where you might start a job and you might really take to it and you might be really good at it and even make a career out of it. You might be very good at it. You might enjoy it, but then you get bored very easily. and it becomes something that you hate. Like you've had maybe a love-hate relationship with career, and you may have gone through different kind of careers or career changes, or whatever it might be. Like you may have changed from one field to another, and at first it's wonderful and it's the best decision ever in the world, then you hate it again. It makes me think of the Smiths song, Heaven Knows I'm Miserable Now. I was looking for a job and then I found a job, and heaven knows I'm miserable now. Some of you have like had that cycle, like you were so excited to get it and everything was great, and then like you just hate it. So you're coming into this flow where you're going to be able to make an income using your creativity and doing different things. And that might be why like you have this shared energy with Gemini, because Gemini is a sign that constantly needs stimulation, that gets very bored very easily. And so you kind of have this similar thing here with this card, where you just maybe have been getting bored, and now you're going to have a chance to have a lot of different directions, a lot of different ways, a lot of different types of things that you're getting involved with. So not just abundance in the sense of abundance with like your money, but abundance with like different ways of making money, right? So that you're not getting bored. Again, that's just intuitively what's coming to me. It's a general reading. It may apply for some of you, it may not for other ones of you. Do this affirmation every morning when you wake up, very first thing, and every night before you go to sleep, very last thing, because your brain is making a switch at that time. And so to plant this affirmation seed then is going to help it take root and help you rewire your way of thinking. Okay, it's going to be very helpful. Watch your moon sign and rising sign video as well. It might resonate with you more. It may also give you a sense of like other affirmations that you want to incorporate with the affirmations that are in those readings. And those of you who wanted more love and romance, I do those separate on my channel, because people get so caught up with love and romance that they forget about themselves sometimes, and I don't want you to forget about yourself, hence the separate reading. But if you look at the description of the video, there's a link there to the love videos. Check those out. You may need a private reading. I'm more than happy to do that. If you click on the Calendly link, it will take you to my online calendar and you can schedule there. Thank you so very much for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I'm wishing you a fabulous week.